All right, so we're back on the Weight Concept presented by The Ring Magazine, and Oleksandr Usyk just dominated Daniel Dubois, right? The second time he's done that, and this time he did it in even better fashion. He has cleared out the heavyweight division after clearing out the cruiserweight division. Now 3 times undisputed, once at cruiserweight, twice at heavyweight, and I'm feeling the need to say something controversial. Is it recency bias? Maybe. But it's just what I think. It's a crazy statement. Here it comes. I think Oleksandr Usyk is not only an all-time great, he may be the greatest heavyweight boxer ever. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of W.A.D.E Concept.
So like I said, Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois just wrapped up 2 days in Wembley Stadium in front of however many, 90,000 people. Dubois' backyard. Usyk comes over to the UK again, gets the job done, and honestly, this time made it look easier than he did the first time, and he stopped Daniel Dubois the first fight as well. Obviously, the controversy, low blow, whatever, stopped him with the jab the first time. This time does it even quicker and even easier. And it was really just based on the fact that Usyk is just that good. Daniel Dubois had a good game plan. Listen, they wanted to bully Usyk. And it knew. That's all you heard all week from Dubois. He was confident. He was going to create chaos in his words. He was going to come in and wreak havoc, right? Be an unstoppable bulldozer. And he tried at points in this fight, especially early on. He tried. He tried to get in Usyk's face. He tried to rough him up. He tried to land the right hand and tried to get there with the jab. The problem is Oleksandr Usyk has feet and movement and timing and distance control that heavyweight maybe has never seen, at least hasn't seen for a very long time. He put Daniel Dubois in a blender in this fight. When Dubois thought he had Usyk trapped in corners early on, Usyk would hit him with the lead hand, sting him, not just a jab to find range, but sting him with the jab and circle. When Dubois thought the time was to throw the right hand and catch Usyk slipping, he kind of did. Usyk would slip that right hand and bang the left cross behind it and hurt Daniel Dubois in that case as well. Everything Daniel Dubois wanted to do, Usyk had an answer for throughout the fight. There were moments Daniel Dubois had where he was able to corner Usyk and really throw some punches that potentially could hurt him. A right hand here or there. Maybe a shot to the body. Ironically enough, there was another low blow or at least belt line shot, but Usyk didn't hit the ground or he didn't wallow around. He just took it and kept fighting. And Daniel Dubois just did not have an answer for Oleksandr Usyk in this fight. And he really just didn't have the tools for Oleksandr Usyk. And that's the big difference. Usyk at heavyweight is showing the real disparity in skill at this weight class. Like Tyson Fury is the next best thing to him. And trust me, those 2 fights were close, but Usyk has figured Tyson Fury out, at least from what I saw in the first fight to the second fight. Usyk has his number. Usyk has power in his left hand. He walked Fury into. They wanted to move more in the second fight, and Usyk outboxed him. He outboxed the best heavyweight, actual sized heavyweight boxer there is right now. He dealt with the 2 biggest power punchers with a little bit of skill at heavyweight, so he can box you when he needs to. He can sit down on his power when he needs to, and he has the total package. He had it at cruiserweight, and he's brought it to heavyweight, and that's kind of been the meta. I mean, Evander Holyfield came from cruiserweight. He was undisputed there, came up. So that has been the meta. Guys that are smaller, that can move, can take advantage of these slow, stagnant, stiff heavyweights. But Usyk's been able to do it in an era with Tyson Fury, who's the mover, whose feet move like a cruiserweight, but he's 6'9", 270. Usyk's like real cool, hold these 2 losses. So he's done that, and he's taking care of the big bad wolves at heavyweight, the big punchers, the AJs, the Dubois. After Dubois beats AJ, this to me is starting to solidify why he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest heavyweights ever. No, he's not in a heavyweight name-dominant era, right? He isn't in the era of Mike Tyson or Lennox Lewis or Evander Holyfield. But when you look at those matchups on paper, Usyk's skill set matches up favorably. Maybe Mike Tyson in his prime with his footwork and his speed and his explosivity could match up well with Usyk. Maybe Lennox Lewis with the big 3, his jab, his right hand, and his left hook could match up well. But you still got to bring your feet. You can't just reach. Because today, Daniel Dubois reached and got taught. What was wrong with all of that? Every time he tried to walk and kind of plot forward on Usyk and lunge out with that right hand and reaching on that front foot, overstepping, unbalanced, Usyk would slip outside the right hand and club him with the left one. He dropped him, I think it was in the 4th round, with a right hook, set up off the left hand. Dubois hit the canvas. And I don't even know if it was the next round. I've seen so many fights today. But one of the next exchanges they had, he caught Dubois with a big-time shot, right hand, dropped him. Dubois got back to his feet, and then Dubois made a terrible mistake. He actually made the same mistake that Anthony Joshua made when Dubois was fighting him. Go back to the Dubois-Anthony Joshua fight. Joshua started to trade when he was hurt. When you're out on your feet and you're not making decisions well, and your corner's already told you need to be aggressive, and he's already dropped you once, and you're not feeling like this is going your way, and you're throwing freaking Hail Marys, and Usyk is calm, collected, swinging that lead arm right out in front of you like it's a freaking elephant trunk, and he's fainting, and he just drops that nuclear left hand on Dubois, and he even called it was a little different than what he normally throws. Usyk has 3 levels of left hand or backhand that he throws. He throws the straight backhand, he throws the backhand hook, and he calls it I think he said the Ivan punch, the chopping overhand left that kind of goes knuckle down, essentially around your guard and sticks right on the temple. He actually caught Dubois on the chin with it. The mouthpiece goes flying, and that's all she wrote. Usyk by stoppage. No debate, no controversy, just another dominant win at heavyweight for Oleksandr Usyk. And the question now you have is who can beat him? Who? He's 38 years old. We just saw Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old schooling the new school of lower weight class boxers. Usyk could potentially do this for 2 or 3 more years. You have Joseph Parker, who rightfully should get the next shot at heavyweight. Tyson Fury piped up on Twitter. He wants the trilogy. No one wants to see that. It doesn't make sense to give him the trilogy. It should go to Joseph Parker. You have Caballero waiting in the wings there. People think he's going to be something special, but I just look at the landscape and I see Usyk beating them all, which is why I came with the crazy take at the start of this video, which was he might be the greatest of all time. If he's not already, he's going to be by the time he retires, unless somebody like Jai Opetaia comes up. And the way Opetaia likes to trade, Usyk can probably get him. So I don't know. I'm making a lot of generalizations and assumptions right now, but if you look through the history of heavyweight boxing, you're not going to find as many movers, at least good footwork for the size they're at, that Usyk is. You might look to a Muhammad Ali, for example, and that would be a good matchup. Again, you look to Mike Tyson, who is a speed and explosive mover, whereas Usyk is very relaxed, it's composed, and the movement has a purpose, but it's not super explosive. It almost lulls you to sleep before the Cobra strikes, not Carl Froch. No reference there, Cobra. But yeah, the point is, maybe it's recency bias. Maybe I'm being a little too generous to Oleksandr Usyk, but when you are 2 times undisputed without ever losing, meaning they took your belt off you just because you didn't defend a mandatory, the guy that won it, you came back after you'd already beaten him, you beat him again and made it look easier the second time when you were the old man, the 38 and all this. The only issue I can think of is that his era of heavyweight won't be looked at as a great heavyweight era, which will penalize him. But you'll have to go to the 90s to look at a quote-unquote great heavyweight era, and I think that Usyk has the skills and the tools to beat them. You can go to the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. There's not going to be many guys that you can put on that list. And again, bring the Muhammad Ali comparisons and the Mike Tysons and even the Klitschko brothers, 2 other great Ukrainians in their prime, or the Lennox Lewises. Like you're going to have people, the Larry Holmes, you're going to have people that are good at what they do, but Usyk almost has every single skill set. He has the feet, he has the power, he has the volume, he has the accuracy. He can set up and deliver. He can fight off the front foot, he can fight off the back foot. He can get stronger as the fight goes on. He can start quick. There are things that make him so special that I just haven't seen at the heavier weight classes in a very long time. And I don't know if he's getting the credit he deserves because he's not the greatest talker and English isn't his first language, and he's not very extravagant or flamboyant. But again, maybe I'm just being a bit of a recency bias merchant. Maybe it's not as big a deal as I'm making it. And maybe Usyk still has a lot left to prove. I don't see anyone stopping him soon. Joseph Parker's the next guy. Bring him in. I don't think that one goes different. Usyk wants to fight Tyson Fury. I heard him say that name in the ring in a trilogy. Bring that in, I guess. Then Jake Paul decided he was going to pop up and do a face-to-face with Oleksandr Usyk. And then you learn on Twitter after that it's because Jake wants to fight him in an MMA match. That might be the only thing that Usyk can't be the greatest at this point. But I don't know anything about that. I don't know why they had Jake face off against Usyk. It was a weird look after he defends the undisputed heavyweight championship. But then again, Jake wants to fight AJ, and apparently that might actually happen sooner than we think, potentially 2026. I'm doing a video on that tomorrow. But the point is, I just don't know if I see Oleksandr Usyk losing for the foreseeable future. As long as he wants to continue being world champion, I think he will be world champion. Now, you still have to fight the fights, and it's a heavyweight. One punch can change everything. Next up should be Joseph Parker. Point blank period. It should have been him to begin with, but it's now definitely should be him. And I'll see where he goes from there, because you have, like I said, Pkwy, you have potentially if Fury and AJ would actually fight like everybody and their mothers in existence want to happen in heavyweight boxing, then you would actually have a reason for Tyson Fury or AJ to get a third fight with Usyk. Because as it sits right now, there is no purpose for Usyk to do a trilogy with two guys that he already beat twice. Do we realize how insane that is? He beat everybody and then lapped the division like they were on flat tires in a NASCAR race. And one of them was Tyson Fury, who was supposed to have been this generation's great heavyweight. Usyk was like, cool, here's my undisputed cruiserweight belts. Don't want that anymore. I want to go up there and take his belts and Joshua's belts and Dubois' belts. I'll take them all. Thank you. He's actually incredible. And yeah, it's just insane to see that level of skill at 38. The precision, the fight was never in doubt. He took care of business, and that was a motivated, coming off a 3-fight win streak, Daniel Dubois, and he just shut him down completely. Listen, Dubois is by no means done. 27 years old, still so young. But I just don't know if Dubois has the skills right now. He needs to go back to work. I will say this. Again, controversial take maybe. I saw it on Twitter. Turki Al-Sheikh is saying he wants the young prospect Moses Italma to fight Oleksandr Usyk. I say that's a little too early, but in a year to a year and a half's time, because number one, Italma has a fight versus Dillian White. I think he wins that fight, but let's get through that. But a year to a year and a half down the line, 21, 22-year-old Moses Italma, give him 3 more fights, including the Dillian White fight, get him some tough competition, really put him against it. Comes through that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight. Because I'm not going to lie, I would love to see Moses Italma get fast-tracked, get put not in easy fights to get him a title fight, but get him in some real competitive fights. Start with Dillian White and move him from there to get him some experience and put him in a position to potentially be that person that could, footwork for footwork, skill for skill, maybe be the answer to the Usyk problem. But as of right now, there isn't one. And I don't foresee one being the case. Even Moses Italma, it's a long way away. Right now, Usyk rules the roost. And again, maybe it's recency bias, but he might be the greatest, not only of this generation, but of all time. If you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. But what a performance today. Domination as he knocks out Daniel Dubois for the second time. He's running laps around the heavyweight scene. Who's going to stop him? I don't have that answer. So, guess we'll find out.